Hi, welcome to another tutorial on 2D game design in Unity. In this tutorial, we're going to work with collecting coins and scoring in the game. So actually earlier on in this tutorial series, I added this single coin here, and it has a circle collider 2D component, so we can detect when the player hits the coin. And it has a script called CoinScript, which we have here in the scripts folder, which increases the score when the player collides with the coin. So we've already set up a script here for destroying the coins when they're collected. You can demonstrate that now. So we can collect a coin, and then it's destroyed. And at the moment in the console, it just displays the score. So it increases the score when we collect a coin. So there's only one coin at the moment, and it's also set up at the moment so there's only coins of one value. So it would be better if we could improve this system by having a whole heap of coins throughout the game that we can collect, and coins of different value. So maybe a coin up here where it's harder to reach, we might have to jump up here. We could have a coin that's maybe worth 5 points, where a coin on the ground would be worth just 1 point. Okay, so we need to set up a better system of managing how coins are collected and how many points are added per coin. We also need to add a user interface so we can display on screen how many coins have been collected and maybe the total score as well. And there's one other thing that we need to fix as well. So at the moment we can go and collect coins just like that. But if I run this again and jump over the coin, and this time I'm going to make the bomb run into the coin like that. So just push the bomb into the coin. You can see that the bomb actually makes the coin disappear and counts that as one as well. So collects one coin and adds that to the score. So we only want the player to be able to collect coins. We don't want bombs to be able to collect coins. And obviously, if we add an enemy to this game later on that's sort of walking backwards and forwards that we have to avoid, we don't want the enemy walking into coins and collecting them as well. Or any stray objects that are moving around the scene, we don't want them to be able to collect coins. So we need a better way of managing coins. And we can use the existing coin sprite, and we can use the existing coin script, but we're also going to use the level manager, which will help us manage scoring and working with coins of different value. So let's go back to the coin script, and just before I continue, just remember that this coin object, it has the coin sprite, it's got a circle collider 2D component, it's got isTrigger set to yes or on, and it has the coin script attached to it. So let's go to the coin script and open that up in MonoDevelop. And basically this was set up so that there's an integer variable called score, initially set to 0, and then we have the onTrigger enter 2D method here, which detects when another object collides with this coin, and then it destroys the game object that this script's attached to, which is the coin. So the coin's destroyed, the score is increased by 1, so score plus plus is just the same as saying score equals score plus 1. And then we just have a little debug.log statement here which displays score and then the actual score value next to it. Okay, so what we can do is delete this variable here. We won't need to have the score variable in this coin. We're going to control scoring in the actual level manager script. Okay, so we'll basically just make the coin disappear in this script at the moment, and we'll control scoring in the level manager script. Okay, so we've got void onTrigger enter 2D method, but at the moment this is only checking if any object hits the coin, and if any object hits the coin, it's going to destroy the coin. But we only want it to destroy the coin and collect points as well if the other object hitting the coin is the player. So we can, firstly, before we check for that, we can get rid of the debug statement and the score increase statement for now. And this destroy game object statement can be put inside an if statement. So we'll say if other.tag is equal to player, close that bracket, add a curly bracket and then a closing curly bracket. Oops. And oops, I just forgot to add the closing double quote there. Okay, so what I've just done is I've said if other dot tag is equal to player, and then inside that the curly brackets for the if statement, I've said destroy game object. So we'll only destroy the game object if the other objects that's colliding with this coin is the player. So we can save that and go back to Unity, let that compile, run the game, and now we've temporarily removed scoring, but you can see I can collect the coin and make it disappear when I run into it as the player. But now, if I push the bomb into the coin, it can't actually collect the coin, so it just goes straight through it, straight past it, but I can still collect the coin. So we've temporarily removed scoring. There's no score here in the console, and we've just set it up now so that only the player can collect coins. Alright, so that script is saved. Let's now go to the level manager script. And the level manager script we've been using for respawn, controlling respawning and setting a delay for respawning. But we're going to use the level manager for a lot more in this tutorial series. And now we're going to start using it to manage the score. So up here inside the class, we need to create a new variable called public. So it's a public variable called public int coins. Coins. Okay, so it's an integer variable, so it can just store a whole number because we can't collect half a coin. We can only collect 1 coin or 2 coins or 5 coins or whatever, but we can't collect just half a coin or a fraction of a coin. So it's going to be the integer data type. All right. And we'll make it a public variable as well so that we can actually see the value increasing in the Unity editor before we display it on the UI. All right, now we've got our start method here, update method. We created a respawn method before and also respawn coroutine. Now we're going to create a new method for adding coins. When we collect a coin, we add coins to our total score. So I'll add a new method, say public void, and we'll just call it add coin, or add coins. And instead of in the past when we've created a method, we've just had open bracket and close bracket. But this time what we're actually going to do is we're going to have this method take in a value that will be used inside this method. And it's going to be an integer value, and we'll give it a name. We'll just say number of coins, all one word. All right, and then we'll add our curly brackets for this method, so we can go and add some add some code inside this method to count how many coins there are. All right, so we've got our variable here called coins, and it's an integer, and we've got a new method here called add coins, which takes in a value, which is going to be the number of coins to actually add. So now what we can do is we can increase the coins that are counted in this system, so the number of coins we've collected in this game, we can increase that by either 1 if we collect 1 coin, or maybe a different number if we collect a special coin that has a different value. So we can say coins plus equals, which means coins equals coins plus number of coins. Okay, so what we're saying here is increase the coins variable's value by the number of coins that's passed into this method. So we're going to pass a value into this method from somewhere else in the game. But we don't actually have this number yet. We don't know how many coins are being added to our bag of coins. We don't know whether it's 1 coin that's being added or 5 coins or whatever. So let's save that and we'll go back to the coin script. And now what we need to do is access this level manager from the coin script so that we can pass in, or we can pass information through to the level manager and through to that add coins method. So let's go to the coin script, and inside the class, we'll say private level manager, and we'll just call it game level manager in this script. And we've done this before, actually. We've done this before in the player controller script. We said public level manager, game level manager. It doesn't matter if we use the same variable name here, because this is a completely different script. So it's going to be a different variable in this script. So say private level manager, game level manager, and then we'll say public int coin value. Okay, so we'll make it a public variable so that we can set the value of this variable inside the Unity editor. It's an integer variable, again, because coins, we can collect 1 coin, we can collect 5 coins, but we can't collect just half a coin. So it's an integer. And this is what's actually going to be used for counting the coins, and we're going to pass the information through to the level manager to increase the number of coins that we have. All right, so we've got public int coin value. Now inside the start method, what we can do is we can say game level manager equals find object of type, and then sharp brackets level manager. So we're going to get the access the level manager script, and now what we're going to do is go back down to this if statement here, where inside the onTrigger enter 2D method, we check if the other object collecting or hitting the coin is the player, and then we destroy that object. That will destroy the coin. Before we destroy the coin, though, what we'll do is we'll say game level manager dot add coins, and you can actually see as soon as we start typing add, it comes up here with add coins as a suggestion, because it's actually now accessing that level manager script and getting the add coins method from that script. So we can just choose add coins, and then inside the brackets here, what we're going to pass through, so remember on the add coins method that we create here, we're wanting to pass into this method number of coins, and then increase the number of coins we have in the game by the number of coins that are collected at that point when we touch a coin. Okay, so we're passing a value into this method and using it to add to the existing coins, and here inside the brackets is what we specify as the value to pass through, and that can be coin value. And so we can just close that bracket and end that line with a semicolon. All right, so just to quickly run over that again, we access the game level manager script, and then we create a variable called coin value, which has no value at the moment, but we can set that in Unity in just a moment. So it could be set to 1. So we'll just say 1 at the moment. And then we check for basically any collision with this coin. So when any other object hits this coin, and if that other object is the player, we add coins. So we call the add coins method from the game level manager, and we pass into the add coins method the coin value, which is maybe just 1, and then we destroy the coin. So when the level manager script is called, it passes through that value, the coin value, which is 1, and then so it would increase coins by 1. All right, so let's save this script, the coin script. We'll go back to Unity, and now what we need to do is go to the coin sprite and go to coin script that's attached to that sprite, and we need to set a coin value. So what we can do is just set it to 1 for now, and we'll run the game. And when we run this game, what we'll do is just click on the level manager component or level manager object here so that we can see the actual coins value here. So at the moment when the game begins, it's set to 0. But now if we walk along, that should increase to 1. So there we go, that value's set to 1. All right, and that's basically the start of it. So what we can actually do now is add some more coins and then add some special coins. So let's make this coin a prefab. What I'm going to do is actually just rename it to coin. There. And actually might rename it to coin x1, which means that this coin is just worth 1 point. And I'm going to go into assets, prefabs, and drag this coin object into the prefabs folder. So now it's a prefab. I'm going to drag this prefab onto this scene, and we'll just might add one up here. I've got one there. Might add one over here. And we'll add one over here as well. Okay, and you can see that there's different instances of that coin here now up there. So, right, let's go and play that. And actually this is named not quite how I wanted it. What we'll do is, I'm just going to rename these. Okay, so just to distinguish, I just want to show that these coins here, let's put them all together. These coins here are only worth 1 point, but there's 5 instances of this coin prefab in the scene. So let's play this game now. Click on the level manager so we can track how many coins are being added. And we can walk across and you can see that the number of coins is increasing. And the coins are also disappearing. And there we go, we've collected 5 coins. Now what we can do is we can add another coin, but this time it's going to be a special coin, and I'm going to make this coin worth 5 points. Okay, so I'll add another coin, and so I'll drag the prefab up to here, and maybe make it a little bit tricky to get, so character or player has to jump up to get it. And what I'll do now is this coin that I've selected and just added, it's up here. And what I'm going to do is click on Game Object and then click on Break Prefab Instance. Okay, so it's now no longer an instance of this prefab. However, it's still got the same things attached to it. So it's still got the Circle Collider 2D and it's still got the coin script attached to it. And what I'll do is I'll rename this to Coin X5, which means, I'll move it down here, which means all of these coins here, Coin X1, all of these coins here are only worth 1 point. This one's going to be worth 5 points. So I can click on that coin and I can go over to the coin value and change its value to 5. So all of the other ones have a coin value of 1, but this one is going to have a coin value of 5. Okay, and while I'm at it, I should probably distinguish, make it easier to distinguish this coin from the other coins so the player knows that it's worth more. So what I'll do is I'll change its actual sprite. So I'll click on it and it's using just the normal coin sprite which we have here, but I'm going to replace it with this one here, coin sprite 5, so that it looks just a little bit different. There we go. Alright, and we can make this a prefab as well if we want to. So we could go to the prefabs folder and drag this in there. So now this is a prefab as well, and we could drag more of these prefabs onto the scene if we want a few more. Alright, so let's run this game and make sure that the level manager is selected so we can see the coins value there and see how many coins are being counted. So collected 1, oops, 2, I've got 2 coins. Now I'm going to try and collect this special coin at the top here. And now I have 7 coins, so it's added 5 coins on there. And so that's basically how to set up this scoring system for your game in Unity to collect coins and set coins of different values and make all those coins disappear. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding the UI so we can display the number of coins up on the screen to the user. That's all for now though. Thanks for watching.